Hey, what's up you guys? It's Mental Masseuse here today, and I will be speaking to you about motivation, how to attain it, and how to hold on to it. So stay tuned. Alright, what's up you guys? I'm going to have an unedited version here. I might cut a few clips to bond them together to make this a little more straight to the point. But this is going to be a video that's coming straight from my heart. I've done a lot of research. I've went through a lot of trial and error. I'm going to be providing you with tips and tricks to assist you on your road and you dealing with motivation, okay? I want you to be able to obtain the motivation first. I want you to be able to maintain your motivation while you're heading there. And I want you to ultimately reach your goal. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is reaching your goal and how to set your goals. You need to find something within yourself that's burning, something that only you want, a goal that you truly want but maybe too scared to grab because it seems far-fetched. A lot of our goals seem far-fetched, and that's what makes them dreams. They are dreams. They are actually something that you can obtain in real life. It's not just something that you dream about while you're sleeping. It's something that you can actually reach and grab if you just take a few short steps to get there. Setting short goals to meet your ultimate goal is going to make it seem within reach. It's going to assist you in staying motivated on the way there, okay? You want to maintain your motivation because motivation will always die if you let it. You will not have that same motivation as day one if you're not focused on keeping that motivation from day one. Every day you need to do maybe the same routine that's going to make you happy. Something that relieves stress. Stress is your biggest killer. Stress releases cortisol. Cortisol is a terrible hormone, okay? It causes you to store fat. It causes you to think negatively. It's just everything that you do not want to release. Stress is best to avoid when possible. You want to keep stress to a low, a minimum. And whatever you have to do each day to keep that stress to a minimum, do it. Now here's why I'm saying this. Motivation is killed by stress. At first it's going to seem all great and you're going to be like, okay, I'm working towards my goals, but maybe you don't truly believe that within yourself. Maybe you don't truly believe it, but you can. And that's why I'm here to tell you today. You can believe in your dreams. You actually can build this. You can make it and turn it into a habit. A daily habit that's going to make you happy. You're going to feel driven every day. But first, you have to accept that some days you're going to have to do things that you truly do not want to do. But if you were not to do these goals, should I say, if you were not to complete these goals daily, then that's where stress kicks in. Procrastination. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, guess what? If you say you're going to do it tomorrow today, what's to say you're not going to say I'm going to do it tomorrow and it's not going to get easier and easier and easier? That's the biggest thing with failure. Is because of procrastination, because you're like, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow, because you feel like that burning desire of motivation that you have right now is going to be there the next day. That's almost never the case. Once you start failing early in the game and once you start giving up early in the game and telling yourself you'll do it later, that's when failure starts kicking in. That's when your mind starts getting complacent and comfortable once again. You have to avoid this. There have to be certain things that you do every day, like eating. You're going to eat every day, right? Most of us. You're going to either take a dump or piss every day, right? Am I right? Yes. Most of you will be doing this. There are an exception of a few. I'm talking a couple, okay? Where they're not doing these things. But you have to have these goals that you do daily, like you take shits daily. It has to be something that you have to do. Your friend comes over. Hey, you want to go play basketball? You haven't completed your goals yet. Your answer is no. I have to complete a few things. I'll be out later and then we'll play. Or maybe one day you feel like you're just way too stressed. Everything's going way too far downhill. You need a day to rest. I'm not saying you can't ever make that exception when you're super stressed or whenever it's just you're not able to do it. But don't fall in that pattern of procrastination, because it's way too easy to do that. And it's way too easy for you to say, I can't do this right now. I can do it later. When's later gonna come? Sometimes it never comes back. Until next year, when you get hit with that same motivation and you realize, I could have been a year farther into my goals. That's with me. With the things that I truly want to do, I look back and I'm like, why didn't I just continue? Procrastination. Procrastination is huge. Let's move on to another one. People. The people that you hang out with are just as important as what you plant in yourself, because everyone is planting seeds within each other. Okay? And I do not mean literally. I mean from a mental point of view, spreading the word. When you're spreading words, you're planting seeds in other people's minds. So for the negative people out there who like going around spreading negativity, it's not just affecting you at the end of the day. You're planting negative seeds in other people's minds. That's not good. That's something you've got to kill. In order for the whole world to be in peace, you have to stop planting negative seeds in other people's minds. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to have that stressful day once again where you're just like, fuck this. And then someone else sees that negativity and they're like, yeah, fuck this. Sometimes shit happens. We're human. But when you make it an effort and a habit to go every day out of your way to talk shit on everything, that just makes you a piece of shit. That makes you a negative person. That makes you a person that no one should have to have contact with. At the end of the day, we all want to be a good person. We don't want to have the habit of being negative. But it's so easy to fall into that negative habit because there's so many people like that it just seems easier to go along with the flow. But today, that's a big thing that I want to push across to a lot of us. I want us to spread positivity. I want us to spread enlightenment. I want us to spread influence. And I want us to also spread dreams. If you see someone doing something good, you should point out the good, not the bad. Unless it's absolutely necessary for their job. And it's a vital piece that they have to know to get better. But you also want to be pointing out the positives. If you're not pointing out the positives ever and you're just a negative Nancy, then you are far worse than the person is that you're judging currently. Okay? So what you need to do, and this is 100% fact, for the world's sake, for everyone to be a better person, for motivation to stay at an all-time high, you need to be positive. If you don't think you can be positive, you force positive thoughts until it becomes a habit. Yes, it's that easy. I wasn't always positive. And sometimes I'll still fall into a negative point of view. Like I said, we're all human, and it's something that we have to work on every day. It's something that I'm very passionate about. I want nothing but positivity for everybody. That's a value that you cannot take away from somebody, and a value all of us need to work for. That's a big motivation killer. You have to surround yourself with positive people. You have to. They are planting seeds in your mind. They are bringing you down if they're negative. Some people push negativity just to keep a hand over you. And I've seen this so many times, where people are just negative to feel like they have a sense of power over that person. No, you don't have power over anyone when you do that. You just look like a dumbass. And that needs to be said right now. This video is getting really serious because it is something, like I said, I am passionate about. In order for motivation to stay strong, you have to be positive yourself. You have to surround yourself with positive people. That is the biggest thing. Motivation can be killed in an instant just from a negative person. You don't need to be around that. Surround yourself with people with similar goals, similar aspirations, ambitions, similar everything to you. Similar everything that is positive in your life. You want to influence them, they need to influence you. If you're influencing other people to do positive things and work towards their goals, the same energy is going to be given back to you eventually. The energy you give off is the energy that you are given. And this is real. This isn't just something that I think. This is true. If you haven't already tried this out, try it out today. If you need a boost of motivation, there are several speakers out there that will make you question the life you were living previously and make you come to terms with the person that you are now and what you need to work on. I am a strong believer in being positive. Motivation is run by this. If someone has a negative family and they're still rising above and becoming the person they truly want to be, they have a powerful mind. They are very driven. And unfortunately, we're not all driven to that extent. I'm sure that driven person has an outlet though. I'm sure maybe with the negative family, they go to their room. They read something positive. They do everything they can to escape those negative thoughts. And that's what keeps a person driven. We have that outlet. And if you need to find that outlet and you're just forced to be around negative people, still stay positive around them. Use your positive outlet to keep you driven and work towards your goals. Motivation will die if you let it. We all know this. We've all let motivation die. And we've wondered why it didn't stay because we were so crazy about it the day before. We were so serious about that goal the day before. But the fact of the matter is, you may not have had that burning sensation within you. You may not have believed that burning sensation within you. And if you don't truly believe it, then how do you think you're truly going to reach your goal? You have to tell yourself that you're going to be successful. Even if it's forced, like I said, you have to force these positive thoughts. You have to. You can't just go through your day feeling negative and saying negative things about yourself and expect to reach your goals. Looking down, I'm fat, I'm always going to be fat. That is negative. You are self-inflicting negativity on yourself. If you think that you'll always be fat, you will always be fat. Because you believe it. You're your own worst enemy. I promise you, the biggest enemy you have can be yourself. Take a look at yourself and how you speak to yourself first. If you don't respect yourself, if you don't love yourself, how do you expect to move forward with your goals? How do you expect to be a positive person if you're constantly telling yourself negative shit? And you may believe that's who you are. That's bullshit. That's not who you are. You've just fallen into bad habits that, again, may have been influenced on you while you were at a young age. It may have been something you always done. But it's not something you always have to do. We all have the chance to change our lives, to change our perception of what we believe is real. Some things that are stressful for other people are absolutely not stressful to some, and they just look at them like, how do you do, what's going on? It's their perception of it. Let's just make something up right now. A family living on the streets. Let's take a family living on the streets. A father lost his job. They didn't have enough funds financially to keep the house. They had no one to assist them. They had to go where they had to go. Let's take worst case scenario, okay? One guy could just say fuck it and give up right there. They could just give up everything right there. It would be so easy to say, man, I failed. Stay ultimately stressed out. Do nothing. Then you have the second guy. The second perception, I should say. With the perception of a much bigger reality. I'm not fucked. I'm getting you guys off the street as soon as I can. ASAP. He's going to be making calls. He's going to be going to jobs every day, all day. Constantly. To make sure that he reaches that goal. And he knows he's going to get there. And he knows he's going to get there quick. Because he's going to put enough effort in to get there quick. Now, as the world, we're going to look at that guy who just chose to sit on the street and remain in that place. We're going to look at him and be disgusted. You have a family there. Why would you not get them off the street? Some people just shut down. Some people just deal with stress that way. Some people can't find the motivation to move forward. They think that they can't. Can't. It's a bullshit word. You can. Some people don't have that guidance. Some people weren't taught these things. Some people weren't inspired enough. Some people think they truly cannot do some of these things. And they shut down. Their mind just cannot take it because they've been taught to shut down in times like these. Because it's just proving to them that they're that much more of a loser. That much dumber. Okay? You have to think like person number 2. You have to go in this world and you have to be positive. Motivation relies on positivity. Ambition. Having that desire. Knowing that you're going to get it because you will get it. Take a notebook out. Write down everything you've ever done that was positive or successful. I guarantee you could fill up that book if you tried hard enough. But you don't think about that stuff daily, do you? You think about the few negative screw-ups that you've had. Or maybe it's been quite a bit, but I guarantee you've made more successful stories than you have negative ones. I guarantee it. We sometimes aren't taught to look at those things. And the ones that we're taught are very fortunate. That's something to instill in kids at a young age so that they go their life being driven and looking to the sky because they know eventually they're going to grab the stars. Those are the driven kids. Some of us weren't lucky enough to be taught these things. But you don't hold that against others. You forgive yourself, you forgive them, you let go of the slack, and you move forward. You stay positive throughout everything. Even when it seems like it's impossible to stay positive. You influence those positive thoughts. You force them. It's going to become a habit. I promise it will become a habit if you work hard enough at it. And if you surround yourself with the same people, it's going to be easy. Easy. Have you ever been around a person that's just totally blown your mind on his perception of things? You've maybe said, oh, we can't do this. We'll never get this done by the deadline. And then you have that person who's like, yes, we will. This is easy. And just starts grinding. And you can see him slowly getting there. Slowly but surely, he's going to meet that deadline. And you're like, wow. How does he do that? It's because he has drive. Because he knows if he works hard enough, he's going to meet that deadline. These aren't extraordinary people in a sense. The mindset they have, yes, that's extraordinary. But it's not because they're any smarter than you. It's because they have more drive and they're telling themselves positive things. It's because they are doing the necessary work that they need to do to reach their goals. This is what keeps motivation at an all-time high. Being positive, surround yourself with positive people, setting short-term goals, achieving those short-term goals so your motivation is that much higher and you're that much more confident in yourself. You're only going to get more confident as time goes on. You continually get more confident as you complete these goals because you're like, oh, yeah, I can do this. Oh, yep, I know I can do this now. Oh, shit, why wasn't I always doing this? That's motivation. That's it. So be positive. Be positive to other people. You're going to get the same energy in return. Whether it happens right then or later on, you're going to be returned the same positive energy that you're putting out. Don't be negative. And if you would like to be negative, separate yourself from the dreamers and the people that are actually working towards their goals and want to be positive. Separate yourself. Go find some more negative people to be around. You know, that's a circle you don't need to associate yourself with. I'm a very firm believer in that. Then when you're ready to come out and be positive, go work on it. They'll be waiting for you. Okay? But anyways, I'm very passionate about the subject, as you may tell. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you do like my content and you want to follow me in the future, please subscribe. But again, thanks for watching this video. Y'all take care. Peace.